Fast Pat Caffery here. Just thought I'd fill in everybody on what I've been doing lately. And I've been doing it lately. I can't remember if I told anybody I moved to Kingman, Arizona. I married my sister. And everybody gets a different reaction to that, but it's my sister in law. She was married to my brother for 47 years, and they lived in Ketchikan, Alaska. My brother died about 3 years ago, and I was on Christmas vacation. So one thing led to another, and she's 67. I'm 72 now. So we left Kingman, Arizona in a new motorhome June 13th. We left June 13th and headed north up through Las Vegas and then all the way up in through Oregon and then into Washington. We drove every road in Washington that went up toward the mountains looking for property and stuff. And I ended up in Moses Lake and saw my daughter for a couple of days. And then went over west of the mountains to Tacoma, Washington, saw my son. Then he jumped in the motorhome and we drove all the way around the Olympic Peninsula and took him back to Tacoma. Then I went up to Skip Hertz's house up north in Granite Falls, left my motorcycle trailer there, and we drove the motorhome up into Vancouver, Canada, and went to the 85th annual AA convention. They haven't had it for 10 years because 5 years ago it was COVID. They canceled it. After we came out of the convention, we came south and went through Glacier National Park and drove south through Montana and all that into Grand Junction, Colorado for the Serenity Run. It's the largest sober motorcycle run in the United States. And they weren't ready for us yet, so we left our motorhome there. And they took us to the airport, and Doreen and I flew to Washington, D.C., and spent a week in Washington, D.C., and went through the Smithsonian Institute, all of it that we could walk through. And each day we went to a different museum, especially the Air and Space Museum. And then we flew back to Grand Junction, and the bike run still hadn't started yet, so we rented a car at the airport and drove down to Kingman, Arizona, took our dirty laundry down there and washed it, saw a few friends, checked up on things. When we left Kingman, Arizona the next week, Theo, our buddy, rode his Harley and went with us. We drove back up to Grand Junction, hung out for the sober motorcycle run. Then Theo and us all left together. He rode his motorcycle. We went to Sturgis. We were in Sturgis a few days. We needed to leave there on Wednesday to get over to Byron, Illinois for the Top Fuel Harley drags. So we made it over to that and hung out there through the weekend. And then we left and came south here to Joplin. Now we're here in Joplin. I've got to build a 440 engine for our 67 satellite, which is just about done. And I'll be here 3 weeks in Joplin, and we'll figure out a way to tow it back because I have another big bus that's still here that will pull some things. And that's all. Oh, 2 days before I left Kingman, Arizona, I jacked up my front engine dragster and put it on jag stands and fired it up and stuck the transmission in gear. To my joy, I saw the slicks turning. So I got first gear and second gear forward. Then I shut it off and put it in reverse and started up, and reverse works too. So as soon as I get home, I get to pull a couple passes in my new dragster, my great-grandfather project. And my other great-grandfather project, my double engine and fuel injected nitro burning shovel head, is ready to fire just about. I got to slide the top end on it, cylinders and heads, and that's about it. And it'll be done. And thank you. You all take care. Have a good rest of the summer. Goodbye.